Hello everyone, I'm Nam from Quang Ngai, Vietnam. I live in the countryside with my wife and daughter. I currently have a no stable job, stable income, and my wife is batting stage for breast cancer. This channel is about our rich life, one day at a time. If you like to support our journey, please subscribe. Thank you. Today, I want to invite you inside my family's small house. This is not a beautiful or modern house. It is also not a house that was built by a professional construction company. But this house holds many memories, sacrifices, and stories from my family. The total cost was around 2 million Vietnamese dong. For some people, some million dong may not sound like enough money to build a house. But for my family, it was already a very large amount of money. Today, I'm not showing this house because I want people to feel sorry for us. I simply want to share the reality of how a low-income family lives in rural Vietnam. Before this house was built, my wife and I did not have enough money. My parents decided to sell one of their cows to help us. In the countryside, a cow is not just an animal. For many families, it is also their savings, their income, and something they can depend on during difficult times. When my parents sold the cow, I felt very grateful. But at the same time, I also felt they had worked for many years, but they still used what they had to help their son build a home. Without their help, I do not think this house would exist today. Every time I look at this house, I remember the cow they sold and the sacrifice they made for us. Because our budget was very limited, we could not build a complete brick and concrete house. The main frame of the house was made from iron. Most of the walls and the roof were made from corrugated metal sheets. Metal sheets were much cheaper than building thick brick walls. They also helped us finish the house more quickly. Of course, living in a metal house is not always comfortable. During hot days, the house can become very warm. When it rains heavily, the sound of the rain hitting the roof can be very loud. Sometimes my wife and I have to speak louder just to hear each other, but this is the material we could afford. It may not be perfect, but it gives my wife, my daughter, and me a place to live together. Quang Ngai is an area that sometimes experiences strong winds, heavy rain, and storms. That was one of our biggest concerns when we built this house. A house made completely from metal sheets would not feel safe enough during a strong storm. So we tried to build part of the house with bricks and cement. We could not afford to build the entire house this way. We only strengthened the areas that we thought were the most important. The cement walls help protect the house from strong wind and rain. The remaining walls were still made from metal sheets to reduce the cost. This house was not designed to be beautiful. Every decision was based on one question: what can we afford and how can we make it safe enough for our family? This is the main living area of our house. It is where we sit, talk, eat, rest, and spend time together. One of the most expensive things in our house is this television. It cost around so million Vietnamese dong. We did not pay for it all at once. I bought it through an installment plan and paid for it over 2 years. Some people may wonder why a low-income family would buy a television that costs this much. At that time, I thought the monthly payment was something I could manage. I wanted my family to have something to watch together after a long day. We do not travel often, go to expensive restaurants, or have many forms of entertainment. So this television became one of the few things that our family could enjoy together at home. Looking back, could enjoy together at home. Looking back was a lot of money for us, but after paying for 2 years, it finally belonged. Now, I want to show you our new kitchen. This kitchen was built recently, and I built most of it by myself. I am not a professional builder. I learned by watching other people, asking questions, and trying to do each part carefully. Because hiring workers would cost more money, I tried to do as much as possible on my own. The kitchen is very small. There is not much space for furniture or modern equipment. But I try to keep everything simple, organized, and easy for my wife to use. For us, a kitchen does not need to be large or expensive. It only needs to be clean, safe, and comfortable enough to prepare meals for the family. When I finished this kitchen, I felt proud. It may look simple to other people, but every part of it represents my time and effort. This is our wood-burning stove. I also made this stove by myself. It is made from simple and inexpensive materials. We still use firewood because cooking gas can become another monthly expense. Cooking with firewood takes more time. We have to prepare the wood, light the fire, and control the heat by hand. The smoke can sometimes make the kitchen uncomfortable, but this is a familiar way of cooking for many families in the countryside. When my wife cooks here, our daughter often stays nearby and watches her. Sometimes I help prepare the fire or bring the ingredients. These are very ordinary moments, but for me, these moments are what make this small house feel like a home.